Viofo A229 Pro versus the A229 Plus versus the A119 Mini 2. And the real question is what your driving actually needs. If you mostly want a clean record of what happens in front of you, the Mini one covers that and stays out of your way. But it has no rear camera at all, so a rear-end hit or a parking lot scrape goes unrecorded. Pay more for 4K front footage, and you only feel it at night, on plates, at distance. By the end, you'll know which one fits your car. Let's break it down. Let's start where the evidence actually gets won or lost, on a dark street with a plate you need to read. All three run Sony Starvis, 2 sensors with HDR, so none of these is a weak camera at night. The A229 Pro puts the 8-megapixel 4K sensor up front with a 2K sensor in the rear, and owners consistently say plates and road signs stay legible even at highway speeds. But here's the important difference, and it's not what the marketing implies. That front lens is 140 degrees wide, and a wide angle spreads those extra pixels sideways, so 4K gives you more detail inside your range rather than a longer range. One owner who spent a lot of time testing it found dependable plate reading up to about 3 car lengths ahead in daylight, and that lines up with how these wide lenses behave. The A229 Plus, for its part, shoots 2K front and 2K rear off the same sensor family. It can run the front camera at 60 frames per second, which helps with fast cross traffic, though you can't have that and HDR at the same time. And at night, I'd take HDR every single time. The Mini uses that same 4K front sensor as the Pro, so on pure front image quality, it's playing the Pro's game, not the Plus's. Where the Pro pulls genuinely ahead is the back of the car, since its rear camera record's at 2K instead of the plain rear coverage most cheap systems give you. Which brings up the thing that should probably decide this before resolution does. The Mini has no rear camera and no way to add one. If someone rear-ends you at a light or backs into you in a parking lot, that event simply doesn't exist on video. For a commuter in heavy traffic, for anyone driving an SUV, a pickup, or a hatchback where the back of the car is a blind spot, and for family cars, that's the whole reason to buy a dash cam in the first place. Both A229 models cover front and rear at once and let you add a third interior camera later if you drive rideshare. And look at what one buyer says about the A229 Plus. It recorded a crash involving my car, and the footage clearly showed what happened, which is what established the other driver's responsibility and got me paid by their insurance. That alone made it worth buying. That's the payoff you're actually paying for. Coverage means nothing if the camera quits in August, though. All three run on a supercapacitor instead of a lithium battery, rated to 149 degrees, which is exactly why I'd pick any of these over a battery-powered cam if you park outside. Owners in Arizona and Michigan report the A229 Pro riding out desert sun and heat waves without shutting down. The Mini is where I'd pause, because there's an owner in South Texas whose unit started skipping recordings and dropping itself from 4K to 2K after a hot summer, and a couple of others hit card red errors in direct sun until they switched to the Viofo card. Small unit, high bitrate, lots of heat in one place. It's a minority report, but it's the one I'd watch. Parking mode works the same way on all three, saving 15 seconds before an event and 30 after, and on all three the hardwire kit is sold separately. No hardwire kit, no parking protection. Storage is the same story across the board. None of them include a card. All take up to 512 gigs, and these things are picky about card speed, with slow card warnings showing up repeatedly in owner feedback. Capacity matters differently, though, because 4K plus 2K on the Pro burns through a 128 gigs card in roughly 4 hours, while dual 2K on the Plus stretched a 256 gig card to about 12 hours for one owner. Installation splits them cleanly. The Mini is one camera, one power cable, done in minutes, and it's small enough to disappear behind the mirror. The A229 systems mean running a rear cable the length of your car, and in an SUV or a truck people end up buying an extension. On the app side, the Pro and Plus use 5 GHz Wi-Fi, while the Mini moves to Wi-Fi 6. But the complaint that keeps coming up on all three is the app itself, connecting slowly or dropping when you've got Android Auto or car Bluetooth active. Where does the money go? The Plus is the cheapest way to get real front and rear evidence with HDR on both ends. The Pro costs quite a bit more, and that buys the 4K front sensor and the 2K rear, which some owners flat out call steep for what it adds. The Mini sits lowest, giving you the Pro's front detail and a smaller body while giving up the back of your car entirely. And on all three, add a card and a hardwire kit to whatever number you're looking at. Here's the call. For most people watching this, I'd take the A229 Plus because it protects both ends of your car with HDR working at each one, and the Pro's sharper front picture only earns its higher cost in a narrow set of night situations. If you want the best possible read on a plate after dark and the money doesn't bother you, the Pro is the one. But if you park outside in serious heat and want the simplest install in your car, the Mini makes sense as long as you accept that nothing behind you ever gets recorded. For a commuter in stop-and-go traffic, that's a deal breaker. No fluff. And you, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. Links below in the description.